Hi everybody, Leanne here. I'm going to talk about this week. So we are already in week 3. I had a feeling that this course would go really quickly. It's feeling like it's going more quickly than I even thought it would. So I'm excited about this week. We are going to dive into number talks and the progression documents in the Common Core State Standards. So a lot of logistical things in terms of what it might look like in your classroom are going to be talked about this week. So I'm excited about that. Number talks are definitely something that I pride myself on in my own classroom. I really believe in them. I definitely get a lot of leverage out of them in the classroom. So I'll talk more about that as we go. So let's just talk about what the week is going to look like. So it looks like a lot in the agenda to start with, but I want to explain everything and how it flows together, because even though it looks like a ton of stuff, it will all kind of connect together. So before you start this week, I want you to choose a grade level band that you're interested in learning more about. So if your practicum experience right now, or student teaching experience, or whatever experience you're encountering right now is at a particular grade, I would suggest that you focus on that grade level. Really focusing on K-8 is not realistic, especially for the 8 weeks that we have together. So if you're focusing on one area, you'll get the most out of this course, I think. So the first thing I'm going to have you do, and I'm actually going to tell you sort of what order to do these things in, just like I have done in the past. So the first thing I want you to do is watch the video number 1 that's linked in the content. And it's called Joe Boler's Intro to Number Talks. And so remember Joe Boler, she talked about mindset. We watched a little bit of her video
over recent years
before.
as a kind of grassroots movement.
All right, so I want you to watch this little intro to Number Talks. I like this one a lot because, first of all, I'm a big fan of Joe Boler's, but also there's an example from this woman named Kathy Humphreys, and they wrote some books together about number talks several years ago, and she does an example number talk for a middle school classroom. So it's a nice sort of example just to sort of ground your understanding of what we're talking about when we say a number talk. I actually don't call them number talks in my classroom. I used to call them math talks. Typically, I call them appetizers. The reason I call them that is because we start our class every day with them, and I like to think that it sort of whets your appetite for the math learning, so I call it an appetizer. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to ask you to do, where is my PowerPoint? The next thing I'm going to ask you to do, forgive me for being kind of all over the place, but I want to show you some of this. Then after you watch that intro to the number talks, then you're going to read the Getting Started with the Number Talks article, and it's on the Teaching Channel website. And so this is just a really great website to bookmark anyway for the future. So many great ideas, lessons, examples on here, and there's also some great videos. So here we have kindergarten 1st through 4th routines, and I'd like you to pick a grade band. So if you're an upper grade teacher, a 4th grade math routine would certainly work for that. So you're watching these math routines, and it's the idea that connects with the math number talks. Okay, I'm going to close these so I don't get too confused. Because then after that, you're going to go to this site. This is the Inside Mathematics, and of course I've linked all of this on our course page. And you're going to watch any of these number talk examples that you would like. So we have everywhere from 1st through 7th. There's some great examples, and it really goes through sort of the protocol kind of for how number talks are run in a classroom. I really think this will help you in determining how you might run a number talk or a math talk in your classroom, no matter what grade level you end up teaching. All right, so then after you're doing that, you are going to do the math task from my classroom. So I'm posting a math task, and I'm just writing it by hand, so please forgive that. But it's a math task that I do. I actually do this type of math task every Tuesday in my classroom, my middle school classroom. And so I'm going to ask you to do it. And then after you do it yourself, I'm going to ask you to watch my math task explanation. And it's just a YouTube video that I actually created for parents of my students so that they could get an idea about what our math time looks like together each day. Some parents had been asking about the quote algebra patterns that we were doing, and I wanted to make sure that they really understood kind of my direction with that. So I made a video and sent it to my parents. That's the video that I'm going to ask you to watch following your doing of that task. So then you'll sort of see by doing that math tasks aren't just mental math problems that we're working on with students. Those definitely have a place. In fact, I think 2 days of my 5-day week should be spent on some of those mental math computation strategies. But this one is really building algebraic thinking skills. So it's a different type of math talk. When you're done with that, it's going to feel like it's sort of a change, but it's not, because these will connect, because you're going to then look at these progression documents. The progression documents are definitely something that you should bookmark. And when you have your own classroom, certainly plan on watching these. I also teach the Math 132 course for students that are just starting the program at MSU, and a lot of times we will watch these content videos, these progressions of the topics like addition and subtraction, fractions. It's really meaningful when you watch these videos. So I don't want you necessarily to watch them all. So eventually I want you to watch them all, because I'm hoping that you're the curious math teacher type that will want to watch them all. But for this week assignment, I just want you to choose one that you think would really fit into the grade band that you're focusing on. So for example, if you're really wanting to focus on K1, then I would suggest looking at the early number and counting progression video. If you're looking at, say, 2, 3, then addition and subtraction really makes sense, but so does maybe the progression of multiplication. The fraction progression video is very interesting, because then you can see the progression of these concepts from kindergarten all the way through 5th grade. So any of these would be decent to watch. I want you to choose one of them and really focus on how that progression of that concept ties into the grade level that you're really focusing on. Once you do that, then you're going to read this document. It's the progression document from Achieve the Core. This is a Common Core website, and I'm certainly not asking you to read the whole thing. That would be absolutely insane. But I do want you to read the progression document that goes with whatever video you watched. So if you watched, say, the addition and subtraction, for example, progression video, then you're going to want to read the number and operations in base 10 progression, so that you can start to make some connections. In your discussion then this week, you're going to pull all of this together. So let's go to the discussion prompt. First of all, you're going to choose 2 of the 10 big ideas of number talks. And I posted this in our course resources tab on our content page. I think I named it More Resources for Teaching Math, but you'll find it if you're looking for resources. You'll find the 10 big ideas, and I really want you to pick out 2 of those and discuss with your group your thoughts and ideas regarding how and why to foster such ideas in your math classroom. So in other words, where do number talks fit in? Where do they fit into the mindset piece that we've talked about? Where do they fit into the mathematical practices that we've talked about? So all of these topics every week should start to really merge for you. And then the second discussion prompt is, it's sort of like the assignment piece. I want you to go back to that progression document. That's the Achieve the Core document. And as you're reading it, highlight common mistakes and misconceptions that they highlight. So one of the things I love about the progression documents is that they actually discuss areas where students commonly go wrong. And so I want you to take note of those and just find one example in the document that you read and discuss it with your group. Okay, let's see if we got through there. Watch progression video, read the document, and complete the journal task. Once again, keep up on the awesome discussion posts. You guys are I can't tell you how great it is to be working with students that are truly invested in being teachers. It's so fun for me as a teacher myself. So keep up those wonderful discussion posts. I am in the process of transferring my hard copy grades for week 1 into the gradebook, so you'll see those. And week 2 will happen this week as well. So yeah, keep it up. You're doing great. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will be in touch very soon. Thanks, everybody.